It's 1976 and the old 8mm cine camera has been traded in for a modern state-of-the-art VHS machine, so the picture quality on this video should be much improved. Next, some more good news. There have been some major developments on the railway since our last visit. This video is therefore rather longer than usual, but if you like slow running, then you won't be disappointed, so stay till the end. Anyway, we begin by noticing that the line now has some signals and a signal box. At the end of platforms 2 and 3 there is now a starter signal. This has 2 arms, so trains will be able to depart from either platform. Next to the engine shed is another signal, which I believe is called a home signal. It also has 2 arms, which control entry to platforms 2 and 3. The signals are ratio kits, but without the working mechanism, so are purely decorative. I found them rather fiddly to construct, as a number of the parts are quite flimsy and are easily broken, so I decided that making them work was not an option. With both of these signals in operation, trains will be able to arrive and depart from either platform, which will be a great help once 2 train running commences. Both these signals have recently been acquired from British Railways, and hence they are a little grubby. Once the line has signals, it needs a signal box to operate them. The real Midderst station had 2 signal boxes. The one at the west end was what you might call a traditional ground-based box, whilst that at the other end was a smaller platform-based box. My box is based on the latter, but as it is supposed to be a modern recreation rather than a slavish copy of the real thing, it is built to a slightly simpler design. As with the previous kit bash for my layout pastiche, this signal box started life as a Gauge Master Ford Hampton kit. The sleeve picture from the kit shows the in-depth planning and scale drawing I came up with before I started hacking the kit about. It shows how much, or how little, of the original I have used and how much is therefore now in my bits box for future use. However, it was easy to convert and gives a much better finish than I could have achieved by scratch building. A lever frame, desk, stove and armchair, constructed from scrap pieces of plastic, were added to give an impression of the interior. The whole thing was placed on a brick base made from Will's plastic sheets. A running inboard, steps and handrails were added to the outside, and I think it really looks the part. Unlike most of my models, it has not been weathered yet, as it represents a new build. And anyway, this is a preserved line, so it is supposed to be clean. Platform seats have been obtained from British Railways and have been installed on all platforms, although because of the track layout it is envisaged that passenger trains will only use platforms 2 and 3. Still, it means that anyone sitting on platform 1 will be treated to a splendid view of some rather grotty wagons. Let's hope they don't notice that not all of them have the regulation number of buffers. Whilst we were admiring the new home signal next to the engine shed, we failed to notice that a coal stage has now been constructed for all those lovely steam locos the Society is going to acquire. The model is an old ratio kit, and like the engine shed, is now on its 3rd layout. Even more strangely, we've also totally failed to notice that the first steam loco to arrive on the line is lurking in the shed, and not only that, is actually in steam. It's an austerity tank loco, sometimes incorrectly referred to as a J94, although that designation should only really be used to describe locos running on British railways or their predecessors. This one was previously based on the nearby Longmoor Military Railway. When that railway was closed down some 7 years ago, number 196 was saved by the Preservationists and will be a very useful member of the Midderst Railway's loco stud. A powerful loco, it will be more than capable of pulling any train the Preservationists care to hang behind it. In view of its local associations, it has been decided to leave it in its attractive Longmoor Military Railway livery, at least for the time being. The model is by Hornby and looks great straight out of the box. However, as any viewer of my videos knows, I just can't run anything straight out the box. I have to alter, modify, improve, and hopefully at the very least make the models my own. In this case, the model as it stands is so good that I've only made some small alterations. I have weathered the body with some gentle airbrushing and dirtied the wheels and chassis by stippling with an old brush. I've also added a driver and a fireman to the cab. I have to say I'm rather pleased with its appearance now. It is a little work stained, but the wonderful blue livery still shows through. The loco looks good, and as for its performance, I think Hornby are to be congratulated. It is geared for very slow running, which is just right for this type of loco, and its top speed is not excessive. As you can see, it can run at a very slow crawl, and can also pull away very smoothly from a standstill. If only all locos were as good as this one. It collects from Platform 2 the railway's first Mark I coach, a BSK still in its British Rail corporate blue and grey livery. The model is an old Hornby one which has previously seen service on my pastiche layout, which is set in Cornwall. The members of the Preservation Society have gathered on the platform for the 2-coach steam-hauled special to Selham. The purpose of the trip is to inspect the new platform and run-round loop installed there. It is not, of course, a jolly, and the rostering of the line's only steam loco is purely coincidental. The coach is then shunted into Platform 3, where it is attached to a maroon ex-Eastern Region suburban brake coach. This is an old Bachmann model. The Preservationists board the train and the special departs Platform 3. Both coaches are brake coaches and therefore have a guards compartment, so I guess today's guard will be spoilt for choice as to which one to occupy. There will also, of course, be plenty of space for luggage, but I don't think there'll be much of that today. Later in the day, and no doubt with the occupants delighted with their day's work, the steam special returns to Midderst. I hope you enjoyed this video, but that's all for now. See you next time.